Sharks. My name is Justin Wang. I'm here today to ask for $500,000 for 1% of my company, LARQ.
Oh, man.
Have you ever noticed that funky smell coming from your reusable water bottle?
No.
I bet you have.
Not
Like
for
most
that
people,
price.
You do what we call the sniff test.
But I do.
Woo-wee. The average reusable water bottle contains more bacteria colony than your dog bowl or toilet seat. No wonder they stink. And it's no wonder it's so tempting
good thing you
to
didn't play
reach
ball.
for a single-use plastic water bottle. The result? Over 1 million of these guys are consumed every single minute. And that's no good for your health and even worse for the environment.
If you make that.
That's
Damn,
why
bro,
we
you didn't even hit the
invented
rim.
The LARQ bottle.
I don't
The
think he
LARQ
was
bottle
trying
is
to.
the world's first
Is he going to throw his in the trash?
self-cleaning water bottle that purifies water.
I think
on
he
the go.
should hit that
With a
ass.
simple press of a button, and in just 60 seconds, the LARQ bottle activates our patented UVC LED technology, PureBiz, to eradicate 99.99% of harmful and odor-causing bacteria, viruses, and mold. The result? Pure water from a pristinely clean bottle. So sharks, who's thirsty for a great deal?
Just want to be clear I heard you properly. 500,000 for 1%.
That's correct, Robert.
Congratulations. Highest
Good job,
valuation
Robert.
ever requested in the Shark Tank.
You seem like a reasonable human being. Tell us why it's a
By the way, in all
50
transparency,
million.
I have a couple of these.
Oh, you do? Great.
You
That's,
do?
That is awesome.
I do.
But what's
Wow.
the market opportunity
Yes.
that justifies this?
So it's a huge market. Big water is a real thing. It's a $300 billion market worldwide, of which reusable market is only 7%. It is growing. I tried to swear off of single-use plastic water bottles several years ago. I bought several reusable options, and sure enough, they ended up in the back of the cabinet or my gym bag. They would collect mold. If it sat in my car, it would get stinky.
Yeah.
So it's the self-cleaning part. that's
Self-clean
work.
and pure.
But it's not that hard to clean a bottle. So, like, I got my lttstore.com Linus Tech Tips bottle here, right? And to clean it, I just like do like a squirt of soap, and I just put some water, and I just give it a good, shake, wake, shake, and then I swab the top of the cap with a paper towel with some soap on it. And then I drop it or a towel, and then I drop the dry towel or paper towel into the bottle, kind of shake it around to get the water out of it, and then it's good to go. It takes not that long. I mean, I would like a bottle that was self-clean, though. As much as I like getting comments in the comments down below, like this one that says, "Good show, sir. I even enjoy it with the information you are given." Thank you very much, Hemo. We greatly appreciate that. It's just so funny, right? They're always laughing. They're always laughing at me. I think that this is an opportunity. I don't know about $500,000 for 1%.
Yeah, man. I gotta tell you, Joe, I'm gonna put myself on blast here and people are gonna. But I use the same water bottle for I don't know how long, like the legitimate plastic water bottle. It sits right by the bedside, and I refill it, and it's the same. Now, to counter his point, though, I never reach over and go, "Oh, ugh, that smells horrible." It's I don't know. Do I just have?
Larry, I'm gonna tell you, I'm not there. It does smell.
Joe, when we get together, I'm bringing a water bottle. I go, "Here, smell this," and you're gonna be like, "Oh, it smells so fresh and clean."
Yeah, but the germs in it are like you. I think I remember a long time ago reading that like you could only like by the second or by the third refill, by the time you fill that water bottle the third time, it's definitely got a lot of germs in it at that point.
That's why I'm so hardy.
Yeah, clearly.
It looks to me like you have a UV light in the top. Can you explain how this works and what it does?
This is actually an optical system that's designed to reflect the UV light inside. So simply, you press this button, the UV light turns on. My co-founder is a PhD in physics from Caltech. He's engineered this to bounce the optical light throughout the bottle.
So then how many minutes does it take to do that?
We have two modes. Our normal mode is 60 seconds, and then we have a venture mode, which is 3 minutes. So if you want to take it to a developing country or camping, or you're just somewhere where you don't quite trust the water,
Justin, is it safer than boiling water?
it would be the equivalent of boiling your water for like 20 minutes.
Whoa!
Wow.
Wow, that is.
They need these on Naked and Afraid. You should be able to bring one of these as your item on Naked and Afraid.
Well, if I was naked and afraid, drinking, clean drinking water would not be the first thing on my mind. But maybe it would. I don't know, because I am a bit of a somewhat of a germaphobe. So yeah, maybe it would be, depending on what the water is going to look like.
And are you the only one that has UV activation and cleaning?
We launched in October of 2018. We're the first one on the market. We have about 10 patents, both utility and design.
Wow.
This product and other products. But there
but-
are copycats out there.
And how much money are you going to tell us that you have raised for this water bottle that you're looking for $500,000 for 1%?
That we're
If
pursuing.
you got somebody with a PhD in physics from, what do you say, Caltech?
Yeah.
That dude's not working on the cheap. I can promise you that.
No, this ain't a weekend favor.
This ain't no salad sling.
right now.
So, Justin, why is it worth $50 million?
So we launched this product in 2018. So we've been on the market for a little under 2 years.
Almost 2 years, huh?
Under 2 years. And in our first full year in 2019, we did a little over $5.5 million in sales.
There you go.
In the last 12 months, we've done over $9 million. This year, we're planning on doing $14 million.
What are you going to make on the $14 million?
So we brought on our
Wow.
first outside venture capital round earlier this year in January, and we leaned into growing the business. So this year, we're expecting to lose about $1 million.
Justin, how much did you raise?
6.7
At what
6.7.
6.7 million.
valuation?
at a $31.7 million valuation.
Wow. Okay, so that is some crazy money. 31.7 mil valuation. I don't know. Like, math is not, anybody that's been on this channel knows that math is not my strong suit. I got to break out a calculator. But I can tell you that is a butt ton of money. But I think that the play here isn't just, the weekend warriors climbing up mountains and stuff. I think it's developing countries,
Yeah.
He hasn't said what the cost of the product is yet, I don't think, and what their landing cost, what their landing cost. And what the
I haven't
selling
heard
cost
that either
is.
because I'm curious.
Yeah.
I know my wife reuses bottles like a mad woman, and I know this is something that would be right up her alley. I personally don't care, but she does, and I know
Clearly, you don't care, you monster.
I'm uncivilized. What can I say? But I know this is something she would probably dig, so I'm kind of curious what they run.
Yeah. Well, good on them for being able. Mark still must be skeptical because he hasn't done the obligatory clap for all the sales yet.
So, Justin, let's talk real business. You've only raised 6.7. How much do you have in the bank?
I have about 6.5.
Okay, so you really haven't had to spend anything,
for you.
right?
Yeah.
What did these retail for?
The one you have right there is 95.
I paid 95 for this? Yeah, see?
Keep it
Oh, the pains of being rich. I didn't even know I spent $95 on a water bottle. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, if you're really that worried about the germs, or you're that much of a hiker or something, or adventurous, I could see doing that.
The landed cost is around 40.
You said you had a lot of patents. What are those
okay.
other products you already have?
Some of those patents just cover some other applications, but some of them do apply to the new product. This is the LARQ pitcher, which is our first foray into the
See, now that's got my attention.
home. Let me do that real quick. And while that's going, I'll show you a video of how that works. Traditional water pitchers use a filter, and the biggest problem is that they only trap contaminants, where they could quickly accumulate and multiply and actually reverse contaminate your water.
Why do they
Really?
reverse contaminate?
Because the contaminants are being trapped and collected there, and as germs are growing there, it's a wet, porous environment that's dark. So imagine all the things that could be growing there. So we take a two-step approach. The first step, you see it go through, and it captures things like lead, cadmium, mercury. In the second step, you simply press this button, and it will purify the water that's gone through. And as you can see, that is a clear water that we poured blue water in that's
So it's
contaminated.
clear water, but is anybody else doing this?
No one's doing this.
How? That's I think that's my first question. Is like, how has nobody else thought of this? How has nobody else thought?
Well,
like,
it took a PhD
UV
from
light?
Caltech, man. It took a physics PhD to come up with this stuff. I mean, this isn't, like you said, this isn't your mom's water filter here.
Yeah, it actually makes me question my one. any water
course it
filters I
does.
have. That's wow. I don't know. I can't understand how people didn't think, let's add a UV, you see UV blue lights in like restaurant kitchens and things just to, clear the air, if you will. And all that. So I just boggles my mind. Nobody thought, like, why don't we just pop one in a bottle or into a pitcher?
There's 1 million people on the planet don't have access to clean water,
Nope.
and 1.5 million don't have access to electricity. So
Yep.
I don't think any of those people are getting this bottle.
No, probably not, because not at $95. So the
No,
price has got to
definitely
come
not.
way down.
Right now because they don't have $95.
1% of all our proceeds go to our charity partner, 1% for the planet, Charity Water, Well Aware, where we build wells in Africa.
1% of profits?
1% of revenue we pledge.
Revenue.
Gross revenue.
Wow. Okay, well, that's cool.
That is impressive off top line. I mean, you're committed. I get it. That is important. Damon was going to stick a skewer through you.
No, I might still, but I want to just lay it out where I am.
It's still.
You serve him up with some chips.
He can't do that if he owns 2 of them. Come on.
Well, you know, they always say I'll be a customer, but I'm not going to give you $150,000 for the thing.
And see that expression on his face right there? That's how he's looking at Damon right now, going, "Oh, you may skewer me, but you own 2 of them." So
yeah, right. Like you're supposed to be my bro. Like you're supposed to be helping me out. Like you love it, right? Until you found out you paid $100 per bottle.
Look how mad he is. Well, he is
really
angry.
They're looking for hope. And when I signed up to this platform, the platform didn't start off as the wealthy helping the wealthy with 6.5 million in the bank. I just could not do this because I just think that I'm here for a different reason. I think this is crazy. I'll let the other sharks discuss it, but I'm out.
I also come from a background where I didn't have a lot. It's unfortunate you won't take that journey with me, but I respect what you're saying.
So let me take a shot at it.
I'd like to hear that journey.
Yeah, I would like to hear that. You got a friend from Caltech. That's pretty cool. But I mean, hey, could have been a friend in Caltech that goes to Caltech that came from nothing too. You know,
I've got friends from MIT, and it doesn't make me any richer. I'll tell you that.
I got friends that are deans at universities, and you know that it doesn't do a lot.
There's
for
no
me other than having
redistribution
a great
of
friend.
wealth.
Yeah.
About one drop, making sure everybody can drink fresh water around the world is something I get behind. Love to be involved in this, but I'm not doing it for 1%. I bring too much value. I've never done a deal for 1% for obvious reasons. I'll do it for 4%. I don't care how you structure it, advisory shares, whatever.
So you want him to do it at almost 1/3 of his
I
last
understand.
round.
I didn't say you would like it, Mark. Or you would. I'm just telling you what I would do.
Is there other offers out there? Or?
You know, to give you $500,000 for 1%, I feel like I'm not making anything.
The category that we're in is gigantic. It's a $300 billion industry, and it's so ripe for disruption and so ripe for innovation. I think there's a
Honestly,
category,
here, like,
I'm willing to take offers and listen to.
Make an offer,
Make it over, Lori.
I would love to work with you. I would
Lori
love it.
can't afford it.
For 5%.
Oh, 500 for 5%. Oh man, that is
Look
a
at Mark.
haircut.
Look, Mark's like, gotcha.
Oh man.
You keep on going backwards, Justin.
Justin, the problem with 1% is you're priced for perfection. And yes, I would love to own 1% of Apple, and I would love to own 1% of Tesla, but the odds are just so low.
Yeah.
To make it easier for your investors, I'll do 500,000 for 3%. We can work out the other 2% from your advisory pool. That's my offer.
And Mark, are you anywhere?
Yeah, I know where I'm at. So look, there's different platforms for different reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know right where I'm at.
like, yeah, he's not giving him $500,000 for a UV light in a bottle. But look, I want to say, what if you could scale that up even further than a pitcher? What if we were talking like a 55-gallon, what do they call them? Drum.
Drum? Yeah.
Now all of a sudden, now we're talking, right? Because now you don't need each person in the developing, town or whatever, to buy $100 bottle, because that's not going to happen, right? But if you could do the drum at $150, and you can, all of a sudden you got clean drinking water for the whole town or the whole neighborhood or with the whole whatever you want, area. I'm on board with that. I could see that. Larry, you don't seem convinced.
Oh no, I'm convinced. It would be.
Okay.
I'm convinced that it would be awesome. I'm not convinced that it would be practical, and it definitely doesn't fit into their business model in any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
Right. This is a place where people come where they just need a little bit more fuel. They need a little bit of help. We're not here to evaluate companies that may be $1 billion in sales over a $1 trillion market in 20 years, which is possible. But this is not the place to do it. So for those reasons, I'm out.
So it's the offers. What do you want to do?
The offers are all great, but even without the advisory shares below my last valuation of 32-ish, right? To be honest with you, that's really my bottom line. What about we got you all in for $500,000 each for $1.5 million total at 4.5%. And I will also throw in advisory share of 1% split between the three of you. So for a total, it would be 5.5%.
So 33% of an advisory share?
So 1.5 million for a 4.5% stake. and a plus of 1% in advisory shares, $33 million valuation. So I can't see how any of them would be on board with that, because at 5.5%, and divide that by 3, it's still 1.83%, so almost 2%. But as they already said, everything has to go right? Everything has to be perfect for you to really make that work. And I like what Mark said. I like what Damon had to say. I think it's an opportunity, but it's a lot of money to bet on one company.
Yeah.
Okay, here's something we'll do. Would you consider $1.5 million for 6% and each shark gets 2? If you get 3 sharks,
I would say
huge value
yes.
for you.
Yeah, that is huge value, and I think that you should be on board, man. And I think we're gonna go to a commercial break.
Huge value for you.
1.5 million, 500,000 each for 6%. What say you?
I could accept the offer with one condition, that the structure in a way that $1.5 million for 4.5%, and the remaining 1.5% would be advisory shares to be divided among you.
My question is, do I get 2% for my $500,000?
You do.
How long is the vesting period for the advisory shares?
24 months.
Based on
Okay.
what?
But so
Forget the
I'm-
vesting
Yeah, what are
period.
you basing
Like, what do
that
I have
on?
to do to get my advisory shares?
I think we just have a conversation about what we could do with the business, how we could build it together.
Oh,
Maybe it's
God.
QVC, maybe it's
Oh man, David's like, yeah. So that means that, like, yeah, we're gonna make a deal, so I get to walk out of here feeling good. But,
Yeah, but then it's
like,
gonna fall apart at the
This
table.
might fall apart after the fact.
Yep.
Falcon
Let
channel.
me make it very simple. It's too complicated. You know what? I'm out because I've worked really hard to get to this point. I don't need you to interview me.
Wow.
I don't want
Oh.
contingencies on it.
Wow, Robert being the power.
He
the
got
power
mad.
there. Yeah.
He got
We know
mad.
that we're going to be involved. We don't want to see that just evaporate.
Absolutely.
I'm in for 2% for 500,000.
I'll do $1 million for 4%, split between you and Lori.
I'm in.
No advisory. It's just straight.
Advisory would just vest, no contingencies. So $500,000 each for 1.5% plus 0.5% in advisory shares, 2% total.
I don't want advisory shares. I like
Can
just
you
the
do that?
equity.
Look, I want her part of the deal for sure. I see lots of value here.
Yeah, I mean, she puts that on QVC. It's gonna.
Oh, dude,
it's gonna.
huge.
It's game over, right? Like,
Huge.
it's just knock it out of the park.
Whatever it takes to get her on board, I want the same. So, are you putting a stake in the sand here? On the
Yeah, I would go 2%,
Okay. Well, that's what you got to.
not advisory shares.
What if those shares just vested up front? Because I have to structure something where I'm not going below my last valuation. It's 2% up front.
Do the people that you're invested with understand the value that maybe the people you're invested with should have told you, maybe going to Shark Tank isn't a good idea because the valuation is going to go down. But hold on a second. It's a $300 billion industry. So it's only going up from here, dude. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't usually get mad about this kind of stuff, but seriously, I'm getting mad about it because this is ridiculous. I don't know how much he has to give up, right? But if he's coming in at 1% and they're like, well, we'll do 2%. You're gonna get 2 sharks. We're gonna blow it up literally like that as soon as this happens. Like, as soon as we make this happen.
All I know is if you make
Ridiculous.
Robert mad, you're doing something stupid. 'Cause
Yeah.
who makes Robert mad? I mean, seriously, come on.
Apparently, this guy.
Done. All right.
Yes.
All right. Well,
Let's
ding
love
ding.
the world.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Oh, that was
Very
good.
happy.
Congratulations, Justin. Good luck.
Very
I don't know.
happy.
Lori didn't look happy about it. She looked frustrated still at the end.
I knew they were interested.
pull up the
and
website
I thought that
here.
I was going to lose them for a second, but I'm so glad both
Yeah,
Lori and
I think you
Kevin
were gonna
ended up
lose
coming
them.
across, and having those guys in my corner is just so awesome.
Yeah, it is. It is awesome. So let's check out the website here. 60 seconds to pure water. I like the fact. I always like to see faces. Faces on the website sell, right? It's I
Those are
haven't
models,
mentioned that in the
Joe.
other ones.
Those
Doesn't
aren't real
matter.
people. Those
they
are models.
faces.
They're not real people. They're models.
Faces sell, man. Faces sell. It seems like it does a pretty good job of explaining what the heck is going on here. So I would sure hope so, considering the fact that they have, they got Draymond Green there.
Yeah, good little sponsorship.
Yeah, and
Oprah?
Oprah magazine. That should be like at the top. What is that doing at the bottom? That should be at the top of the website. It should be like right. Oh, here you go. Say goodbye to reusable. Okay.
Okay, there you go.
But Oprah is behind Forbes. Are you kidding me? Are you, like, really? Come on, man. Oprah's number one. So it's still $95 or 4 interest-free payments of $23.75. That makes it a little bit easier. 1,577 reviews. Holy poop! That is a lot of reviews on a $100 water bottle that people seem to be in love with. Congratulations on that. And they're selling them right from their website. They got Red Dot, they got DZine, and CES awards. That is absolutely awesome. And then is the pitcher available yet? Okay, it's on pre-order for $135. So you can get a bottle. You can get the bottle for $100. Or you get the pitcher for. Well, you're not going to take the pitcher with you on vacation.
Yeah, but what are you going to do with the pitcher? I guess you're going to pour it in a one-use glass potentially, or would you use it to refill your water bottle that now has germs because you don't have a LARQ water bottle to pour the water from your LARQ pitcher in? I think you got to buy one of each. It's a trap, Joe. It's a trap. It's a trap. I tell
here's
you.
My other question about this though is so when I drink from here's a $78 version. Is this a smaller version or something? When you drink from the lid, there's going to be germs on the lid. Like, I put chapstick on, I take a drink out of here, and then, you're not going to be able to see it on camera, but you can see, like, there's probably all kinds of germs on the lid, around the lid of this LTTstore.com.
I'm not sniffing that, Joe. There's no way I'm not smelling it.
I gotta clean it. I know your reusable water bottle next to your bed is probably super clean all the time, right? It's
aromatic, brother. I tell you what.
Well, it's also in Texas, so of course it's clean, right? It's made from the best stuff on earth. And you know what else is made from the best stuff on earth? Like people like you, super entrepreneur, watching to the end of this video. Make sure you smash that like button for us so we can get this hands into the videos of more super entrepreneurs like yourself. And I know I said it wrong. Just subscribe so you don't miss another Biz Coach Reacts video here on the Super Joe Pardo Show. For Larry Roberts, I'm Super Joe Pardo. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.